All right, another Clarey test. This one on Jay Gatsby, which I thought was a real person until I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, it's the Great Gatsby. That was just his first name. From our regular Judd Grover. Greetings, Captain. I hope this email finds you well. Hopefully you'll get to record in your awesome brand new recording studio soon. No, people in South Dakota aren't better. They are, and they commit less crime. But we're back to the Who Dang Digglies. I just want to have my house in a no state. And I get right. I mean, I'm basically going to become a hermit. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to be a hermit, especially when I get my own recording studio. Then that fucking woman I see walking around here won't be able to bother me with, do you want to have lunch? No, busy. Make it, see, and then I'll be recording a 15-piece orchestra upstairs. Won't be able to hear it because I'll have a soundproofed room. When that happens, will you do yourself a favor and officially create the Cappy Get Cappy some hose fund? There was an email I got recently from a reader, follower, viewer, whatever, agent in the field. And he's like, have you actually ever gotten it? He says, because I looked into it. And he went to back pages. Euros, not Euros, Eros, EROS website. And he looked into like the thing, and like these gals, who are accepting money for trade, which is fine. They're like dating profiles. You better be this and high quality man, take you high places. I'm like, well, I guess if you're giving that up, sure. I mean, but and I'm like, no, I haven't. He says, it sounds like you got to be hot to do it too. Like you can't just be some guy to pay. And it just sounds like gonna go with Better Bachelor here, joke over Better Bachelor. It just sounds like, yeah, this is a lot of pain in the ass. So academically, this is where I would say maybe Cappy seeking arrangement fund, maybe that. But I'm gonna sit and smoke cigars and chill out, and that peace and calm and serenity will not be interrupted by whores. But I appreciate it. I know you got the signed book copy sale on the to-do list. Yeah, way at the bottom of the to-do list, but I think this takes precedence as it would prevent the inevitable emergence of sniper rifle Cappy, #hose for Cappy. It's just gonna be more of a headache. It's just gonna be more of a headache. And I'm not that good with a sniper rifle or hunting rifle. I'm good with a carbine. While you're contemplating, I would like to purchase the Clarey test on the one-itis infected fictional self-made millionaire Jay Gatsby. Shalom, Clarey Stein. You're a bud, Judd. Well, thank you, Judd. I remember seeing the movie. I hated it because, like, look how zany they are doing those wild, fancy rap moves in a 1920s movie. Whoa! Drama and crying. It was crap. But let's go to the fictional character. All right. James Gatt hails from rural South Dakota, although he tells Nick he's from San Francisco and was born about 1800 poor. So he's poor. He attended St. Olaf. Really? But dropped out a few weeks at his first semester because he had to support himself by working as a janitor. So he has real world work. So here's the problem. This happened in the 1920s, right? So any degree was a good degree back then. But if we were to modernize it, he would get a point against him because St. Olaf is a college down in Northfield, Minnesota, and all the colleges there, it's like a little hamlet where all weak people go to. Weak minds, weak people. Northfield. All the colleges there are liberal arts colleges, and all the parents that send their unaccomplished children there go there to like, oh, yeah, you're a rich parent, you got money, but your kid's an effing idiot. Send them to Northfield. One of the schools, doesn't matter. I get to study political. And then they come out of that farm community and they go up to the city and then they burn buildings down. That's basically St. Olaf. What's the other one? Carlton. There's a third one. But back in the day, let's just go with it. Any degree was a good degree, so he'd be grandfathered in under that clause. After dropping out, he went to Lake Superior, where he met copper tycoon Dan Cody in Little Girl Bay in the summer of 1907. Oh, it was way back. Cody became Gatt's mentor and invited him to join his 10-year yacht trek. At 17, Gatz changed his name to Jay Gatsby, and over the next 5 years, learns the way of the wealthy. Cody leaves Gatsby $25,000 in his will, but after his death, Cody's mistress cheated Gatsby out of the inheritance. Oh, drama. In 1917, during his training for the infantry in World War I, 27-year-old Gatsby met and fell in love with 18-year-old debutante Daisy Fay. What does she look like? Daisy Fay. Oh, yeah, this is from they made her look bitchy. It was everything Gatsby was not: rich, stylish, and knowledgeable in the ways of the world. During the war, Gatsby reached the rank of major. Golly, he's an impressive man. 16th Infantry Regiment was decorated for valor for his participation in the Marne and Argonne. After the war, as he also tells Nick Camilleri, he briefly lived in the United Kingdom where he attended Trinity College. And unless he objects to being called an Oxford man, only stay 5 months. This is why I can't call myself. Returned to New York City, being transformed by the jazz age. Hey, look at that Charleston. Zany. Can your knees really do that? Yes, mine actually can. I'm really good at Charleston. You know how many girls that got me? A lot. Back in the day, a lot. Today, won't get you a scintilla. It is speculated, but never confirmed, that Gatsby took advantage of prohibition by making a fortune in bootleg and with his vast income. Where'd the income come from? Man, I'm well, but return to transfer. It is speculated, but never confirmed. Gatsby, but all right, he just has money all of a sudden. Oh, it sounds like a long soap opera. Gatsby finally has a chance to reunite. Gatsby does not reveal to Daisy or Nick the truth of how he came to acquire his wealth. During several meetings, Gatsby tries to revive his relationship 5 years ago. He seeks to woo her well. Okay, so he's got money to leave her boorish, unfaithful husband. At the Buchanan home, expensive hotel suite. I'm just a fit of rage. It's just that Daisy always loved him, not Tom. She only married Tom for his money. Daisy should have both Tom and Gatsby. Party breaks up. Daisy driving Gatsby out of New York City. Yellow Rolls Royce. Tom leaving with Daisy's friend, joining Tom's car. From upstairs gas station, mistakenly believing Tom was returning to her, she runs out of the car, but is struck and killed instantly. Panicked Daisy drives away from the scene. How did this make money as a book or a movie? Gatsby car killing. George goes to Gatsby house West Egg where he shoots and kills Gatsby before committing suicide. Oh, this is a joyful story. Sounds like Much Ado About Nothing. Like it starts out funny, like, hey, Shakespeare's a funny guy. It's like, no, he is a depressed motherfucker. Gatsby found dead, floating in his pool. Despite the only one individual attends his funeral. Also, the funeral Nick Gatsby about a self-made millionaire. All right, well. Obviously, he came from poverty. He didn't major in stupid stuff. He has a wealth of worldly experience, and he worked until he was dead. So he's got 0. He's got the perfect score. Would I like to have a beer with the great Gatsby, perhaps a martini? Yes, absolutely. Should he run for office? He is the ideal person to run for office. However, we would have to cure that one-itis he's got. And they didn't have the red pill in 1927, in case you were wondering. They didn't really have that. But I guess when shows you wealth will spoil people. All right. Ahmed Khan, our Muslim Canadian agent in the field for $2. Is it worth it to become a manager in software? Yeah. Khan, how many times are you going to ask me what to do with your life? This has been going on for 3 years, man. Like if you had just settled on software engineering 3 years ago, you'd be 3/4 there. Adriano Ramos, $2 Australian. Bootlegging molasses is how he made his fortune. Okay, thank you, Adriano. You're more well-read and literate than I am. And that's it. All right, that may be the last asshole consulting question. I'm just going to keep this because I like this thing sticking up here. It's driving you guys all nuts. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.